Yeah, sure, let's read our mission log. We couldn't do that when we were playing Integral. To stop the launch of the new type of nuclear warhead, Snake must either use the detonation code emergency override key at the underground maintenance base or destroy Metal Gear itself. That's kind of a run-on sentence. Snake fights Liquid's Hind D on the roof of Communications Tower B, defeats it, and gets a snowfield north of Tower B. However, really difficult to see icon there. Sniper Wolf is waiting for him. After winning the sniping battle, Snake heads for the entrance to the underground maintenance base. Well, there you go. That sums out basically what I was going to say. That we're back at it again in the snowfield. There's the level 6 door, but we got to remember, oh yeah, hey, did it save that we grabbed your dog tag? This is a little disrespectful. Nope, it didn't. Sniper Wolf dog tag. Because it's Twin Snakes, you need all the dog tags. The other thing we need to do is see the worst rewrite in the game, the only one that I think is absolutely unforgivable. We see the parachute.
Colonel, listen to me. I found a parachute near the wreckage of the Hind.
A parachute? You don't think that Liquid survived?
No way. He'd be mad to try to escape by parachute. As soon as he jumped out of the pilot's seat, he'd be cut to ribbons.
Cut to ribbons. Not sliced up faster than an onion on an infomercial. Awful game. Terrible rewrites.
A trap?
Either that or a message. To me.
Meaning I'm not dead, I suppose?
Maybe. But I think it's more like, I'll string you up.
Well, in any case, don't let your guard down.
I won't.
Yeah. That little... is it really an Easter egg? Foreshadowing is still there, but unfortunately Snake doesn't invoke onions or infomercials. Man, this snowfield does still look very, very beautiful, though. This really sells the heavy snowfall really well. But we'll gawk later at the beauty and majesty of nature. For now, we're going to head to the underground maintenance base, as it said. Nope. Nope. Can we... There we go. Shoot you, and then... Yeah, we see it up there. Okay, we can get far enough away. Alright, you remember this hallway. You remember what happens when we go down there. You see the disc labeled 2? Well, I hope so, because we're playing it. We switch discs all the way back in the communication tower A. So we can just go to the Spicy Onsen, or the Blast Furnace, as the game erroneously calls it, and look at that heat haze. Whoa. This is, again, kind of an infamous room. It's not too different from how it is in the original game. You remember last time. Who's there, indeed?
Freeze. Help.
Oh, I missed this action. Oh. No dog tag. I wonder why. Anyway, there's a couple ways to get across this. You remember when we played MGS1, I exploded that contraption, making it so I could easily go on by, but this is Twin Snakes. This is Twin Snakes, and you know what that means. We got a couple extra ways to do things. For one, we can see the cameras down there. Can I shoot them through this gap? I believe so. Yes. And it's a little hard to see anything here, if I'm being honest. Well, there's a conspicuous rope right about there, but... I see what I'm looking for. I see the wire I'm looking for. Okay. We just need to locate this other surveillance camera. Which I believe is about there. No, I can't. It's very difficult to see it. There's a surveillance camera there. Might just be a gun camera, though, so I'm going to chance it. We're going to flip over the railing. Oh, is it not? Ah, I think it's a little trickier. You know, it's been a little while. Let's try this. We're going to do a little hang drop catch. Okay. And then hang drop catch. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and if I time it just right, well, I got spotted by it, but it's just a gun camera. It didn't shoot me. But yeah. Cool little way to get down here that a lot of people don't even know about. Kind of helps you skip like half the room. Also, that slag there, that molten metal, kind of looks like tasty, tasty nacho cheese. More characters should think about onions out of the blue. I agree. Onions are delicious. Fried, sauteed, raw. Any way you could get onions in here. You know, they're full of nutrients, too. Really, you should just eat as many onions as possible. Oh! Well, we can deal with him. Have they ceased? Have the communications... They saw me when I went through the door. Did you hear that? Right, we're back here to the big fictional elevator that is not something that exists in real life and was invented by the animated movie Akira. Which is a fact that I learned very recently. And something I learned even more recently is this elevator was included as a direct homage to the movie. That could have looked like a door back there. Doesn't that look like a door? Looks like a fake door. But they were actually considering removing this sequence from the game because Resident Evil 2 had beat them to the punch of including a big Akira elevator. Didn't know that. Oh, right, I think they changed this around, too. Yes, I believe I get ambushed here instead of the second elevator. Yeah! I don't know what caused that explosion, but sick. Alright, another one of the... Yes! Oh, man, I forgot about that. Oh, Twin Snakes, we're so back. This is a strange fight because it's kind of just a repeat of the invisible elevator fight, but now they're visible and I have more room. I don't really understand it. But let's throw some stun grenades and flip some dudes. That seems to be the best way to deal with them. Oh, wow, he got me with that big old uppercut. Well. Hey. Take that. Karate moves. It's such a weird little encounter. Yeah. It's very interesting to think about how, yeah, this type of elevator is not a real thing, yet how ubiquitous it is in video games. I really would have thought that this is just like an actual type of construction, but no. What am I looking for? Hey, you know what I'm looking for is my Thermg. Oh, actually, here's another little difference. I don't need to use my Thermg here. I can actually use my Mine D because the radar is not jamming in this room. In the original, it was jamming, and there were also several mines here which just aren't here right now, but there is a mine we pick up. It's weird that some things in Twin Snakes are a bit of a balance patch. I guess they just assumed, and correctly assumed, that, yeah, some of these little tricks and gadgets, the little cute level design that I was talking about later on in the game, I guess they wanted to tone down on that. Plenty of crows.
There are a lot of crows around here.
They're not crows, idiot.
They're
Yeah.
Northern ravens. The Inuit and other Native Americans worship northern ravens as creator deities. Some
Yeah.
say that ravens
Much like the
are
original
the
game, you can call him early to talk about the ravens.
Great poet Marlowe wrote about them in the 16th century. Thus, like the sad presaging raven that tolls the sick man's passport in her hollow beak, and in the shadow of the silent night doth shake contagion from her sable wings.
That's pretty gloomy, Master.
By the way,
I love that.
I've got something to tell you about
That's
Naomi Hunter.
pretty gloomy, Master.
about her?
And yeah, then it just transitions into this call,
Don't
which is
worry,
cool.
the monitor's off.
Okay.
What's
The
up?
game is very dark. Yes, that's just how it looks.
I didn't know that. What's
That
the
is
point?
not a
Hunter's
glitch,
story
that is a
in the
feature.
background About her grandfather being an assistant secretary to Hoover.
You know, speaking of that, it's strange that the flashlight from MGS2 doesn't really appear in here. The USP's laser aiming module.
It was really bothering me. Why would she lie about it?
She lied?
It illuminated dark hallways, and
Ridiculous.
that's not a
Even a high school
mechanic in
student
this
could see
game.
past it. Didn't Naomi say that her father was Japanese?
Yeah.
At the time when Edgar Hoover was head of the FBI, there wasn't a single Asian investigator.
We know this, of course. Naomi,
The undercover
full of
mafia
crap,
sting
can't trust a
operations
single
hadn't
word
been
she
started
says.
yet. They first started in 1960.
Can't
in
even
Chicago,
get the
New
most
York.
basic
You better check it out.
of historical facts
She and
correct.
The president mysteriously dying. That ninja.
At least we can trust Master Miller.
Are you saying that Naomi might be behind it?
I don't know. Either that, or she's working with the terrorists.
Could it be?
If I find out anything, I'll call. In the meantime, be careful.
Be reckless. Got it. Got it. Nope, I didn't want to... I didn't want to do that again. Right. Right, we have to hit start and press A. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, no! No, I didn't want to do that! The GameCube! GameCube problem! Oh, I'm so sorry, Bert. Oh, this cool music that only plays here. In the Twin Snakes. To signify what's going to happen ahead. Again, there's a lot of cool musical cues in this game that I really like. I'm, again, kind of upset. I didn't know the audio was so low last time. But, you know, hey, like I always say, play the game for yourself. We got some icicles on here. It doesn't quite have the atmosphere of the original version of this room. Unfortunately. Like, but you can see, oh look, we've got some frozen vignetting starting to form. We'll see that again in a future game. Alternate universe where Snake accidentally brings up how genes work and the timeline diverts. You know, Master Miller, I learned that dominant genes aren't necessarily better
What's that?
features. And he's like, what? What? What do you mean? Yeah, like recessive genes can have a lot of, you know, good stuff that you want in them. Oh my god! Hold on. I'll be right back. Master, why do you sound British all of a sudden? Anyway, check it out.
Cossack.
It's Vulcan Raven. This cutscene also rules. I say that for every cutscene. It's almost like this is a good-ass video game.
This is the end of the road for you. Right, my friends?
I'm also going to be very careful, because I remember what happened
They're becoming exciting.
earlier in the game when I accidentally brushed the controller against my desk and it skipped the cutscene.
How dare you kill my friends?
So that
Ravens aren't scavengers.
is a line that he says only if you harm the ravens, which I did not mean to do, but it worked out because you got to hear an exclusive line.
They even attack wounded foxes.
Thanks, GameCube, for not having a select button and requiring me to do finger shenanigans to use my codec.
But that was no true battle. The Ravens and I were testing to see what kind of man you were. The judgment is decided. The Ravens say you are a true
Oh,
warrior.
thanks, Ravens. Oh, right, this crazy stuff.
Am I hallucinating? I can't move.
The Raven has put the mark of death upon you.
So something kind of like that happened
Blood
in
from the east
the original,
flows
but
within your veins.
an actual raven didn't fly out and sit on my head.
Your
Which,
ancestors too
you know,
were raised
again,
on the barren
This
plains
game
of
really
Mongolia.
did influence a lot. There's a lot of
Inuit and
weird
Japanese
imagery
are cousins to
in
each other.
this that
We
wasn't
share
in the
many
original, and
ancestors, you
yeah,
and I.
Metal Gear would end up getting a lot of weird. Like, this isn't too out of place, as silly as it is, for like what you ended up getting later and what you get from the you know, original director nowadays, someone he's still doing just weird stuff for the sake of weird stuff. Which parasite causes this? Well, I mean, you know, birds do have a lot of parasites. We'll get to corvids and their parasites soon enough. I feel like we'll get to that soon enough is my secondary catchphrase of
You
this
must have been
game.
training in the stick pull and four-man carry.
It's not the Muktuk eating contest.
Yes, you are right. But there is another event that I excel at.
Loot him holding it
It's
with one
called
hand.
the ear pull. It's an event where two opponents pull each other's ears while enduring the harsh cold. It tests spiritual as well as physical strength.
You want to pull each other's ears?
I love the way he
form
says
is
that.
different, but the spirit is the same. Rejoice, Snake. Ours will be a glorious battle.
This isn't glorious. It's just plain killing. Violence isn't a sport.
Well, we will see if there is iron in your words.
I like that too. He buffs out his arm like Solidus. Except he can just do that, I guess? Also, we can just do this? Yeah, you thought quick equipping was a game mechanic? Nah, Snake can just do that canonically. He can just fast equip the Stinger. This game is silly in the best ways. I, yet again, grin from ear to ear on my face as I watch this cinematic mastery unfold. I'm afraid it's peak. Look at this! Like, in the music? The little... Ah! Now we got the little referee here. I'm so sorry that I shot one of your little buddies. I didn't mean to. I've had difficulty with the codec the entire game. It's a weird input, okay? And like, the start button's not used for anything. Why did they not just make it on start? Anyway, we gotta fight Vulcan Raven now. He's large, he's in charge, and hey, we want to, non-lethal defeat him? Which is gonna be kind of tricky, because we're gonna have to like continually get behind him and hit him with the trank gun. No claymores, no C4. I shot him in the leg, but it didn't seem to do anything. I believe you actually have to hit his head, which is difficult because he's got the big bullet. What would you call that? A cylinder? I don't know what that is. So you have to be very... Okay. Alright. Not impossible, but it's a little nerve-wracking. I could use the PSG-1T as well, but you saw how well that went last time, so I would like to avoid having to use such a ridiculous weapon. Oh, he's getting angry. He's getting angry. I'd call it heavy. You know, I'm going to assume that's a Team Fortress 2 reference. To which I would say, it kind of bothers me that they never made a Metal Gear Online that lets you play as the members of Foxhound. Because, I mean, come on, like, the classes are right there, right? Throw in some Dead Cell so you can get Fat Man as the demolition guy. Again, plenty of snipers. Spy could easily be Decoy Octopus. Like it's right there for you, you know? And yet they never, every time they did a Metal Gear Online... Oops. Didn't mean to... I don't even know how I equipped that. Yeah, it's something that always kind of, was curious to me, that they never... I mean, there's been 3 Metal Gear Onlines at this point. And there's been... You know, we talked a bit about Portable Ops earlier. Portable Ops is actually the closest to this because you could recruit the bosses from Portable Ops, which are their own, you know, assortment of freak shows with super mutant powers and unique weapons. And you could play as them. So it's weird that a main entry never did something like that, because I would like to play as Vulcan Raven. I like Vulcan Raven. He's cool. He's a big guy for you. How many times have I said that about him? Okay. So that's the strategy right there, is after you confirm that you hit him... Oh, he is smashing down everything. After you confirm that you hit him, you want to unequip your tranquilizer and roll out of the way. Just because by unequipping it, you cut down on the recoil animation. And it's a little... I have to touch the R button very daintily. It's a little difficult for such a strong, masculine fellow as myself. Oh! Speaking of strong, masculine fellows, Raven's having a time here. I think I can just sort of... Yeah, you can lame him out a little bit if you want to. I don't recommend it, though, because he will win the war of attrition. I gotta say, I'm more a fan of fighting him using lethal methods, just because... I don't know, I feel like it's more interesting, but this is still early on in the series where there wasn't a non-lethal option for every single weapon. Later on, we'd end up getting all sorts of crazy blue weapons. But would we ever get that blue stinger? Alright, which way you going? Okay. I love his gigantic vision cone, too. That's something that I always found kind of adorable with this fight. It's like, yeah, no, dude just has the largest vision cone. Oh. Why did that miss? You're like a large man groaning because you're getting a lot of that. Getting a lot of that here. Music's cool though. Where you at, buddy? Oh, he's going down there. How many seasons would a Metal Gear Hero shooter need to add Marionette Owl? I mean, come on, Marionette Owl. Ugh, they're just running out of ideas. How is that any different from Screaming Mantis? Hey, here's a thing to think about. But yeah, Black Chamber's really cool. I kind of regret not playing through Metal Gear Game Boy. But I thought about it and I realized, well, it's not part of the main timeline. It's a branch off of Metal Gear 2. So I have to play it as part of its own timeline. See, it just makes sense. But here's the thing to think about. Rena from ZZZ. Is she a Screaming Mantis reference? She floats around, she has Psycho Mantis gloves, and she's got two little dolls that bicker with each other. Oh, come on. You know, at this point, I think I'm gonna win the war of attrition. I think I'm gonna win the war of attrition. I think I'm gonna do it. Oh, maybe not. Oh, especially not when my rations are frozen. Uh-oh. Right, that's something that can happen during this fight. Your rations can just freeze over. So that creates a bit of a problem for us. Also, the birds are trying to poop on me. I saw a little bird turd there. That's lovely. Don't want to slip on that. Oh, no! So if you want to unfreeze your rations, you have to equip them. But the thing is, he'll do twice as much damage because I won't have the Barmer. So let's see how long it takes. For them to unfreeze. And it's getting a little scary. Oh, there we go. Didn't take long at all. Alright. So now we can just lame him out if we so desire. Again, I like playing these games non-lethal, but there are some fights that work better than others. This one's just a little bit silly. I don't think I can... Oh. Well, there you go. Kind of a weird ending to that. Where is Snake storing rations that they're freezing up? I guess just one of his outer pouches, you know. Wow, you're all bloodied up for someone I shot a bunch of tranquilizers into.
Just as the boss said.
What a clown fight.
It is my existence which is no longer needed in this world.
Oh, little birdie.
My body will not remain in this place. My spirit and my flesh will become one with the ravens. In that way, I will return to Mother Earth who bore me. Snake! I will be watching you. Understand?
Size short.
Snake.
That's a weird text.
Take this security card. It will open that door.
I did accidentally use the FAMAS once, that's correct. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of issue with this item sensitivity.
Why?
You are a
But that's pretty
snake
par for the
which
course
was
with this
not
game.
created by nature.
The
You and the
LNR
boss,
sensitivity are a
you
little
are from
touchy for
another
me.
world, a world that I do not wish to know.
Which is also why I haven't really been quick equipping.
Go and do battle with him. I will be watching from above. First, I'll give you a hint. The man you saw die before your eyes.
Yes, and of course, we remember this by this point.
That was not
Because
the
it's
Java
2004,
Chief.
we already played the original game. That was Decoy Octopus. Here you actually will
It
get
was Decoy
a
Octopus,
better look at his
a
face.
member of Foxhound. He was
Yeah.
a master of disguise. He copied his subjects down
Yep.
to the blood. So he drained the chief's blood and took it
That
into
is in the
himself.
original, but it's
But he
a
wasn't
lot more
able to
obscured and
deceive the
harder to
Angel of
see.
Death.
Yeah, you actually get a
Angel of
decent look
Death.
at Decoy Octopus. It is kind of funny because, like, what is your special ability? You can wear a disguise?
But why go to so
That's
much
not,
trouble?
I mean,
Why impersonate the chief?
I don't know. It's just really funny when he has the mask taken off and he's
That
just,
is
oh,
the
that's
end of my
Decoy
hint.
Octopus in an ill-fitting
You must
suit.
solve the rest of the riddle yourself.
Yeah, of course, we know the whole keycard ruse. Metal Gear's not activated. We accidentally activate it. Again, not a spoiler at this point in human history. It's 2004. We all know it. I love him standing back up, though. This is still freaky. This is way freakier in this, though, than it is. Like, the original, it's weird because it's just all PlayStation graphics. This is just like, oh, he stands up, like, completely straight as
Snake, in the
the
natural
ravens
world,
just
there is
completely
no such
devour
thing
him.
as boundless
Ugh.
slaughter. There is always an end to it, but you are different.
Well, this
What are you
music's
trying to
really cool,
say?
too. It's more like,
The
there's so
path
much
you walk
orchestral
on
music in the
has
cutscenes.
No end. No matter how far you go, or how many corpses you crawl over, the killing will never end. It's a future without hope.
No Professor Screw Eyes. Well, that's our government mandated singular reference to We're Back, a Dinosaur
My
story.
spirit will be watching you.
Oh, look at that. It just, ugh. And like, oh my god, the music. This game rules, man. When people say this game has like Devil May Cry cutscenes, I know they just mean the action scenes, but that was very, like, I don't know, overly poetic, like a lot of the Devil May Cry cutscenes are. Anyway,
Snake, it's me.
hey Miller, thanks for breaking
It's
the
about
tension of that
Naomi.
crazy
Turn
shit.
your monitor off.
Uh,
About Naomi.
Damn. Colonel, is Naomi there?
No, she's away. She's taking a short nap. So what is this about Naomi?
Okay, maybe we'd better let the Colonel hear this too.
yeah,
Yeah. Go on, Master.
as we know,
Basically,
Naomi's
Dr.
full of
Naomi
crap.
Hunter
I
is
don't
not
have
Dr.
much more
Naomi
to say
Hunter at
about
all.
Naomi
What?
in this game,
I
because
thought her
I
story
said
and
most
her
of it
background sounded
during
pretty
MGS1.
fishy, so I checked it out. There is an actual Dr. Naomi Hunter. Or
We'll
I
say
should
more about
say
her in
there
future
was one.
games, but yeah, suffice to
But
say,
she's
I'm
the
not
one
her
we
biggest
know.
fan.
The real Naomi Hunter disappeared somewhere in the Middle East. Our Naomi must have somehow obtained her identification papers.
So then who is she really?
She must be some kind of spy.
Oh my goodness.
A spy?
Yes. Maybe she's been sent to sabotage this operation.
Are you saying she's with the terrorists?
I don't want to believe it either, but she is working for Foxhound.
So, you think she had a part in the uprising?
Or she could be working with some different group altogether.
A different group? It couldn't be.
Place her under arrest, Colonel.
What?
She's betrayed us, Colonel. She needs to be arrested and interrogated to find out who she's with.
If she's
So
one
it's
of her
funny because,
spies,
yeah, as we know
then
by
you're
this
in
point,
big trouble.
Miller is actually
What
Liquid.
do you mean?
Oh,
So this,
Colonel, have you let her in on some kind of vital secret? Or
Miller
something?
being so like, hey, you need to interrogate
Does
Naomi.
this have anything to do with
It's
the
convenient
mysterious
for him
deaths of
because
the
it
DARPA
works
chief and the
both
armed
as
state
an
president?
ally to Snake in the Colonel, but
have
also
no
it works
idea.
for his own
Anyway, we cannot
needs
allow
as
her to
as Liquid,
participate any
who, you know,
further in this mission.
wants the Fox Die vaccine, as he calls it.
without her, we can't complete this mission.
I knew it. You're hiding something.
Give me some time.
Even though that's
I'll
not how
try to get it out
vaccines
of her.
work.
Hurry then.
Yeah,
We've got
I
to
do
figure
think
out who
the,
she is
even though
and
it's
what she's
really
doing
kind of
here.
funny that
I
all he
understand.
did was pull back his
Snake,
hair, put on a shirt,
give me
and
some
put on
time.
some
I
sunglasses.
don't have any
The
time
Liquid
left.
Miller ruse, I think, is pretty good. Well, we beat another boss. You know what that means? It means it's time to fiddle with the codec controls, check in with Mei Ling to save.
Naomi wasn't acting strangely or anything.
No. I just can't believe that Naomi's an enemy spy. I refuse to accept that.
I don't want to believe it either, but...
Don't say it, Snake.
How about I say, can you save my game, please? Thank you. That's what I'm going to say. And we, again, we all know about Naomi. We know the plot. It's 2004, Mei Ling. Get with the picture. Elongated ellipses.